Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Truuu Talk podcast. This is episode 28. Yes, we're back again, 28 episodes. I said the same thing last time. I said 27 episodes. Even the week before, I said 26 episodes. And this week, I'm saying 28 episodes. That's right, 28 times of us. Now, today, as always, we are joined by the Truuu Talk First Lady, Miss Chitty. Miss Chitty, Chitty, bang, bang.
Hey.
And again, Chid, for another second there, I thought you weren't going to do it. I was going to start effing and blinding. But anyway, you did it. It's okay. You redeemed yourself. A man who needs no introduction, Mr. Truuu Talk himself, Mr. Ashley.
Sure.
Our very own banter bringer, Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock.
Hey.
Our favourite girl from the Small Islands, Miss Cher.
Bogo.
I almost forgot about that. Oh, mate. And we got loudmouth Dom over there as well.
Hi.
And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
The one and only.
Yeah, as long as you know. And today, our two topics, as always, we've got two topics as always, one serious and one fun. The first one, we were talking about casual racism. Now, some of you might have seen the guy that was head of the Football Association, Greg Clark. He used the term, he referred to black people as coloured. We'll get into that in a moment. And our second topic is, how soon after sex is it okay to get up and leave? Yeah, I know. I didn't pick that one. I promise you that it wasn't me, okay? I won't say who it was. I'm just going to say it wasn't me, all right? But anyway, on to our first topic, casual racism. Now, again, to put it into a bit of context, a young man, I say young man, he's not really young, a guy called Greg Clark, who was the head of the Football Association, he was talking on Zoom, having a meeting, and in his talk, he referred to black people as coloured. Guys, what's your thoughts on casual racism? Dom, loudmouth Dom, I'm going to go to you first. Tell me what you're thinking. What was your thoughts on this?
Why am I first?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. Do you know what? Casual racism in Wales is a big thing. You get me? The amount of people I know, if they're dating a white girl and they go to the girl's mum's house and they do things avoid saying the color black and things like that because they're worried they're gonna offend them, but they don't realize it's offending them more. Do you know what I mean? But I think to me it's it's every day, and I feel it's so ignorant and disrespectful, it's almost like categorizing all the time, colored. What's a fucking color? Do you get me? Red, pink, orange, blue. Do you see what I'm saying? You'd be better off saying, oh, the black guy, or the Afro-Caribbean man, or just something. But it's just a complete lack and complete disrespect and disregard to that person, especially he's a sports person, a professional. Do you see what I'm saying? For him to just be coloured clearly seems is okay, but you find that with racist people, they always slip up. Do you know what I mean? Because it's always a facade, an act they put on, so they forget when they're in public or when they're trying to be politically correct, they forget that how they speak with other racist people or whatever disrespect or racism they got going on, they kind of bring it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's embedded in them. My friend said to me, the one thing you can never do is change a racist mind. A racist will always be a racist, bottom line.
Fair enough, some good points up in there. Again, for those who haven't seen, again, Greg Clark, he was the former chairman of the Football Association. He has now resigned. I'm sure that his PR team said that you got to do something, you got to go. I'm sure he got paid nicely for it, though, but, we'll leave that speculation. Miss Millie, Miss Milan, what's your views on this casual racism? Greg Clark calling people coloured?
So, I don't know if I'm going to be a bit controversial because I don't really, okay. I feel we are all, whether you're black, white, I don't know, tanned, olive-skinned,
everyone is casually racist, like on a day-to-day like basis, whether you're taking the piss out of the boss man or, you know, you I don't know, do an African accent or, you know what I mean? Like it just, everybody is. I'm not saying that it's right. Like, I'm not saying that it's right, but whether it's so, I don't know if I want to say part of our culture. I don't mean culture is in, like, I mean like part of the world. Do you know what I mean? It's whether it's so like casual and normal for people to say it, but for him to resign for calling someone coloured, like if someone called me coloured, I don't think I'd get like arsy about it or annoyed. Like, okay. Like if somebody called me mixed face and then somebody else called me black, like, I don't know, to me, I just don't get it. I just think, okay, cool, whatever. Like, he called them coloured. But this is the thing, I haven't heard the clip of when he was, of what, in what context he said it and what he was like saying. I read the article about it. But I didn't think there was anything genuinely like wrong with it. I just was like, oh, okay, cool. He said he was coloured. And then he resigned. But by the time I got to the end and heard he resigned, I was like, what the fuck did you do that for? Like, do you know what I mean? I don't get it. Because like we genuinely saying that literally this whole like week, none of us have took the piss out of, well, not took the piss out of, but, you know, spoken a different accent, or when you're talking about someone, you've said their colour, or, do you know what I mean? Like, it just is just, I don't think he was doing it in a racist way. But like I said, I haven't heard the clip or seen the video of him talking. But from what I read in the article, I just think, all right, cool.
All right, some good points in there, some controversial points. There'll be some messages as well on the Instagram live. For those, shouts to you that are on Insta Live. Orange Light Chakra says, hey, family. Natural Lee says, good one, though. Carl the Ball is waving. DJ Impress says, greetings. Brina 80s Baby says, exactly. And you know, I've been saying Brina's 80s Baby's name incorrectly. I've been saying Brianna, but it's actually Brina. Forgive me, all right? Forgive me. I can't read for shit, okay? Also, that's so true. They let slip in public. I think going back to what Dom was saying. Orange Light Chakra says, I think biggest part of the world are insensitive because of miseducation and how to conduct around us. Most white people just don't know what to do, while a minority of them are purposely offensive. Okay. Carl Ball says, if anyone is coloured, it's white people. White people got all shades of red and pink, tan and or orange. No comment on that one. Mr. Truuu Talk, Ashley, what's your views on this topic?
So basically, how I see it is that it's less, I guess obviously it's racist, yeah, or it's seen as racist, yeah, but I just think it's the fact of people not understanding the culture or understanding how, like I said, how black people want to be treated. But it's weird, it's a weird one because everybody doesn't necessarily want to be treated the same, innit? Some people might be happy to be called coloured, where some people might be offended. You know what I mean? So it's about cultural understanding. You get me? So I just feel like if it's deeper, obviously I'm going to take it somewhere else, yeah, but I think if black people had more pride in their own culture, in our own culture, and we was outwardly expressive about how much we enjoy being who we are, enjoy being how we are, then it would force people to have to understand how we want to be treated. You know what I mean? But because as a whole we're all over the place, it's kind of hard for other people to be like, yeah, oh, this is how we have to deal with black people. Do you know what I'm saying? Or this is how we have to address them. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's due to the lack of cultural understanding and the fact that our culture is a bit all over the place. Some people don't like to be called nigger. Some people, like some black people will never use the N-word, and some people will use it. Some people will never let you call them coloured, but some people don't mind. Some people want to be called black. Some people will say I'm not black. You get what I'm saying? So it's all over the place. So it's hard to really. If for other people, it must be hard to understand. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's definitely some valid points. And then read some of these messages. Orange Light Chakra says, some don't find something racist that another will find racist. Going back to what Ash was saying, it is this time pretty hard not to offend some of us who are almost judging the white person just for being white. We should set a standard that we all stand for and allow other races to learn about how we expect and allow them to align whilst being consistent. The real dominant goddess, says, so are you okay when someone calls you half-caste then? That's a good point. Who am I going over to next? I'll be somebody's missing in a moment. Miss our very own Small Island Princess, my babes, share. Talk to us. What's your views on this?
First of all, NASA. Second of all, I just think it's a matter of ignorance, really, especially within sports and football especially. Like, a lot of people are very racist and they come out with certain things. And I think it's more about the history behind where coloured comes from. That's why it's kind of like, it's a deep thing, isn't it? If you really study and learn about certain things, then you will know like how deep it is for somebody to even be saying that. And I just feel like a lot of old school Caucasian people, you know, can be very ignorant in that sense. So maybe he did do the right thing in resigning, because in times like this as well, like, people are not playing. So yeah, he should have resigned before he got sacked.
Yeah, true, very true. And again, as you said, if people know the history of the word, maybe they'll feel differently about it. Let me read some more messages before I go to Miss Chitty. Naturally says, if someone calls me coloured, I honestly will disregard them. I won't get upset, but I won't acknowledge them. Brina's baby says it's cool because I was saying her name incorrectly for the last few weeks, so forgive me. The real dominant goddess says, sorry, going back to Lady, when mentioned you, she don't mind being called coloured. I think going back to what Milan was saying, not being too fussed about the term coloured. Orange Like Chakra says, I totally agree. Now, before some more messages, I'm going to Miss Chitty. Miss Chitty, bang, bang, our very own First Lady. What's your views on this one?
So my views are, in regards to the guy Greg, referring to the football players as coloured people or coloured men. I mean, it is ignorance. It does boil down to ignorance. As Cher said and Lachi touched on, if you actually look into the history of the term coloured and why it was used, you know, for signs, in order to display segregation, it's a deeper thing. But I think there are like a lot of Black people out there who say that they don't mind being called coloured, or they don't find it offensive because maybe they necessarily don't know the depth of how the word and the term coloured was used throughout the course of history. So I think it's just about knowledge, it's about knowing and about recognising Black culture for what it is. I mean, I grew up in an area where, you know, people freely said, oh, I'm just going down the packy shop. Now, to me, even growing up, I used to think, like, that's a mad term, innit? And I remember going home and saying to my mum, like, what's a packy? I don't get it. I don't understand it. I know what a Pakistani is, but I don't know what a packy is. Do you get me? Like, to me, that's not even a word, a term, a culture, a colour, an ethnic background, nothing. It's just pure ignorance. And it's like, I think people are guilty of it. We have used like derogatory terms towards people's, like, different people's cultures and backgrounds, but I think we just need to be more, we need to have more awareness and be a little bit more empathetic, really, when it comes to certain things. I mean, this guy, Greg Clark, he said that it was his mistake, he didn't mean to offend anyone, and he also said he's just a typical, he's a product of it working in the US. Like, I just think it's a major cop-out. Like, I've had racial slurs used towards me in the workplace, and people think it's okay. They think it's acceptable. They think it's fine, because no, I'm not racist. It's just what I know, and it's what I've lived, it's what I've grown up on. But this is where we as human beings really have to unlearn everything that we know, because that most of the things that we know are absolute bullshit, and it derives from a place of ignorance. You get me? So I think it's about learning to unlearn and then to relearn. So we just got to be a little bit more vigilant, really, and moving forward. If we want, equality as Black people, if we want people to treat us in the high regard that we deserve, we've got to display that. We've got to be able to show it in everything that we do, the way that we carry ourselves, the way that we speak about ourselves, the way that we talk about our culture by uplifting others within our culture, by uplifting other cultures too. So I just think it's just down to ignorance, really. And he was 1000% correct in resigning. Definitely. You can't have somebody in that sector with that mindset. That's crazy. How are we ever going to move forward and progress as a race if it's made okay for somebody to use the term coloured in order to describe Black people? That's absolutely crazy.
Definitely agree there. And again, the word being ignorant, I used the word a few times in that one. And again, the right word to use. Greener's 80s Baby says, colour takes me back to the time period of the civil rights movement. It was almost the soft version of the N-word for me. The real dominant goddess says, big up my girl, Cher. I don't think the real dominant goddess realizes that Cher is actually my girl. So just hold yourself, okay? Keep, right? Anyway. Greener's 80s says, agreed, Cher. The history of the word is important. DJ Empress is ignorance, 100%. Carl Ball says, this is where parents from birth teach their children. You are not born racist, you are wrongly educated. These points. That's a very good point, actually. DJ Empress says, back to what I said a few weeks back, Black Friday offends me more than coloured. Now, to put a bit of context on a few things, right? So I think Milan and Chili both said it in terms of some of the things that we do in our spare time or in our own time, things that we might say, actors we might copy, things that we do. So I think we are all, we do have some prejudice ourselves at times, innit? We might take the fun, mick out of someone. And again, I'm sure we've all done it, right? And if you said you've not done it, you're all liars. Because if you see someone driving, straight away you go, I bet that's a woman driver. Okay? I do it. Yeah? I know you don't do it too. Yeah, I'm like, I know it's a woman driver. I know straight away it's a woman driver. So we all do those sort of things. But the irony is, this Greg Clark guy, right? His whole thing was talking about inclusion and racism and stuff. Like, he was talking about it. This was his thing. He was like, we've got to be inclusive, blah, 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 and coloured people. And I thought, what on earth? And then what made it worse for me personally, right? Not that he made a mistake, because we can always have a slip of the tongue. I might call Milan Cher. I might call Loudmouth Dom Chids, slip of the tongue. And he said the reason why he said it is because he said when he was working in the US, they used to refer to Black people as people of colour, and it was slip of the tongue, which I think sounds like bullshit. But let's pretend it's telling the truth, right? The part that got me was when the politician challenged him. Instead of him just saying, I'm so sorry, a slip of the tongue, I actually meant to say, it's like he tried to justify it. It's like, oh, let me tell you 3 points. 3 points, my friend. Just say sorry. Just say, guys, I'm sorry. It's slip of the tongue, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's my views, okay? I'm just throwing it out there. That's just my views, right? And DJ Press says he's Ras lying. I'm sure he is too. Dom, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree 100%, because do you know, if the shoe was on the other foot, do you get me? And I was on TV and I was like, yeah, see these honkies or something about white people. Do you know what I mean? I would have got sacked on the spot. And you would have, innit? Because that it's always like double standards, there's different rules for Black people. Do you see what I'm saying? For that one token Black person in the football industry who would have made the panel, his ass would have been out of there. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't think racism is racism at the end of the day.
But do we know for sure, that the word coloured is offensive in this setting? Are we 100% sure? Because someone to be sorry for something if they don't understand that it's wrong. Do you get what I'm saying? I know it's wrong, but does he know? Do you get what I'm saying?
What we should do, we should play him the song. I don't know if you know the artist Swiss, right? So those of you who follow Black Pound, they know the artist Swiss, right? And he made a song about 10 years ago. It's called Cry. And in the song, he's got a line that says something along the lines of, I don't change
Just
colours.
because
I don't change
just
colours,
because my
but they
skin
call
is
me a
different
coloured man.
and I don't change colour, but they call me
But
a
they call
coloured
me a
man.
coloured man. So much you can take in when your head's nappy in the shade of a slave
Shade
skin.
of a slave skin. Ghetto spent most of my days I ain't in prison, but I feel like I'm caged in. This peak.
Anyway, Orange Light Chakra says, Ash's got me in my feelings now. Can I ask you guys, where's it gone? Sorry, I've just lost it. Can I ask you guys what you think of this hashtag Karen trend? So those who've seen it, hashtag Karen, there are and have been different races, men and women mistreat us as a culture norm, and all of a sudden women who become more and more outspoken, whichever race, in this case, white women gets categorized, are incorrect when she also has historically been traumatized by a divine presence and not valued, similar to how black women are mistreated. What's your views on that? Do you need me to read it again? Did I miss something there? Maybe
No,
I
I got it. Second. Do you know what I think? The whole Becky thing is a bit like when people say Shaniqua. Do you get me? Like, I've had enough white boys to like,
She said Karen.
Shaniqua, get out of the way.
Karen.
Do you get me? Or can you hurry up, please, Shaniqua? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the Becky thing is just like the opposite.
It's a Karen.
It's
It's
just
a Karen.
Karen.
Karen, not Becky, Karen.
Keisha. Sorry, I'm not mocking it. I was just, trying to put a bit of humour into it. I think that, it goes hand in hand, doesn't it? Karen, Shaniqua, do you get me? It's just stereotyping. Obviously what they say, white women are unseasoned. I don't know, innit? It's something that's gonna fly around. Black people are gonna do it to white people. White people have been doing it for black people for years. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not supporting it. You know what I mean? But it's going to happen. But it's like, it's always highlighted that little bit more when it is black to white. If a black person says anything, puts anything out there about a white person, it's like, oh my God, do you get me? So mad. But white people been doing this shit for years. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying this, it doesn't, two wrongs don't make a right, but shit, Shaniqua don't make a Karen. So
put it into context with me, Stick, so I don't really understand.
But yeah.
So I think from my understanding, I think trying to say, when, especially in 2020, when things have been going wrong, and if it's a white woman that's called the police, they refer to her as Karen.
Look. All right, cool. I get it. I guess it's stereotyping, and obviously it's unfair. But obviously we're talking about situations where white women are calling police on black people for no reason and shit, when they clearly see that people are being by police. So this is how this Karen thing started. So we got to look at the origin. I get where it's got to. It's become a meme, and it might be offensive to white women, yeah? But understand the origin of this thing. This thing came from a situation where black people were getting killed by police often, yeah, in America. And every opportunity that these ladies got, they were calling police on innocent black people, knowing that the police are going to come and over-police the community. And that's why instead of, there's only one way to fight back in that case, and that was to put it online and show people that these people will call police on us for having a drink at the park. You understand? These people will call police on us for our kids selling water on the corner of the road. These people are going to call police on us for us having a barbecue at the park. You get what I'm trying to say? So this is where the thing came from. So the fact that it's becoming offensive is kind of the point. Do you get it? It was created for it to become offensive because it is offensive that what they're doing. The reason for it is for people to be offended and be shocked and see what's happening, rather than take it personal and act like it's about them, because it ain't. Because if you're not calling police on no one for no reason, knowing that the police are going to start shooting after them, then you're not. Then unless your name is actually Karen, then you're not a Karen. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the thing was made to basically make light of a situation that was really getting people killed. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's terrible because it made the impact it was supposed to make. You fizz me.
Yeah, definitely. I remember I saw one where the lady was doing the park, and I think the lady said, "Oh, I'm calling the police," and she says, "Oh, the man's an African. What does it say? African American? Like, didn't I tell you he's African American?" It's like because she knew that the police would respond even more so. Shay, in fact, before I come to you, Shay, I'm going to come over to Shay in a sec. Read some of his messages. Brina's A Baby says, "We live in the age of information. There's no excuse in my eyes." I've been talking about the word or term coloured and being described as coloured. Orange Like Chakra says, diminishing the intelligence of women over supporting the cause. Okay, fair enough. Brina says, I keep getting it wrong. Karen is used to highlight the white women who are using their privilege to harass our people. And Orange Like Chakra says, why would there not be a hashtag for those messed up white men beating on our queens? That's a good point.
There should be. There should be. I thought there was a hashtag when it called Me Too movement as well. Weren't about the men violating like all the rich white men in Hollywood violating. So I think I don't know, but you have to create the hashtag, innit? I think there should be one still.
That's a good point. Cher, my favourite, my babes. Cher, talk to us.
Need to stop this. So when it comes to racism, I think it's a systemized thing anyway. So it's systematic. And, when certain people speak on certain topics, I don't even want to go too deep, but I'm just going to say, I'm just going to name Nick Cannon, Wiley. They speak on certain topics and it's all blown out of context. But then when it's somebody else and they're speaking about Black people in a certain way, it's like, oh, it's just minor. So, that's where the privilege comes in. And I think that's why I agree with Ashley when he was saying about the whole Karen thing. Like, it comes from their privilege and, it kind of helped in a way because, it needed to be done.
It's like, is everybody... Sorry, Curtis. I totally agreed with everything you said then when you said about it being systematic. I don't know if everyone's watched that. Have you watched that series When They See Us? Classic case. You get me? Classic case.
And this is a historical thing. You get me? This is not, and that's not one case. This is historical. And if you don't learn from your history, if you don't make history teach you something, you're a fool. Yeah,
you're done. You're done out there. If you don't look into these things and educate yourself on the deeper meaning of racism and the things that the Black people and other cultures have had to go through throughout times just because of the color of their skin. I was watching something last night and I think it's called 4 years or 4 something, and it's basically about Black men who have been incarcerated in America and they're totally innocent. And they've spent like 20 years in prison for a crime they didn't commit just because of the colour of their skin. It's crazy. Absolutely mad.
Yeah, it's definitely deep. Before I read some of Mo's messages, Cher, you know what? I totally agree with what you said there. I totally agree with what you said. I'm sure if Greg Clark was talking about Jewish people, the conversation would be completely different. It'd be banned off Twitter, of Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, the lot in it, but he's had to resign. So I totally agree.
Yeah.
Brina says, key phrase over police. I think talking about what Ash was saying earlier. Orange Like Chakra says, I respect the need to protect ourselves, but it becoming a trend is just taken away from general respect for women's needs. I know they're going over the top, but men are doing far more than those Karens. Yeah, I mean, you've got people like Epstein and what's the other guy's name who's going down? The film director. I've got his name now. Anyway, it's gone.
No, it's very true, man. But obviously, it's because it's funny, innit? That's why it's trending. It's not trending because it's the most important topic in the world. It's trending because it's funny, innit? And the Epstein, all of that thing, all of them. If they can create a way that it can trend like that, the reason why the hashtag is popping, innit? It's because the videos are funny, innit? And that's what's made it. That's what makes people want to watch it. So it's not like we support it. It's not like we're like here hashtag Karen gang, innit? We don't really care about it, but it's just funny, innit? Man enjoy watching the video sometimes.
Yeah, agreed. It also says, I respect your perspective, family. Thanks for reflecting with me on this. Just a recent thought. That was a support for rape movement, I believe, my brother. I'm talking about what you're saying about the Me Too movement. I think that's correct. Carball says, education is key to the world moving in the correct direction. Abrina says, when they see us was heartbreaking. One case of countless, most of which will never get their freedom. Okay, I haven't seen that. I'll put it on my to watch list. Now, guys, we've got 25 minutes left, and we need to get into our second topic, which is a very good topic. And again, I'm not going to say whose idea this topic was. I'm not going to embarrass them. But this second topic is, how soon after sex is it okay to get up and leave? I say it again. And Shay, I'm looking at you when I say it as well, right? How soon after sex is it okay to get up and leave? Miss Milan, Miss Millie Rock, I could go with you. What's your views on that one?
Hi. So, I think I'm the wrong person to come to, because I've never had like a one night stand or nothing. So I've never had the awkward, like, say you have sex and you fall asleep. I've never had the awkward of trying to get up and go. Like, I've never done that. And then people that I have been with, well, I know them. So, like, we'll just have sex and then they stay the night, and then you get up in the morning, we'll chill for a bit, and then you go home. Or if I'm at theirs, I stay the night, we chill for a bit in the morning, and then I go home. But talking like out of the box, I think it depends on the relationship you've got with the person. So if I don't know. I could never imagine myself fucking someone and then getting up and going. Like, that's like use and abuse. Like you literally just fucked me, and then you're gonna be like, okay, cool, so bye. Like, do you give me a chance to put my knickers back on? Do I just grab all my stuff up? Do I have the time to wait for my Uber? Do you know what I mean? Like, that just, it doesn't, I don't know. I think that the world's a funny place, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, there are actually some people out there who literally have sex, and then the person's looking at them, giving them side eye, like, why are you still here? Like, imagine someone, like, literally right now, someone is looking at someone with the covers pulled up, side eyeing them, like, why are you still on my bed? Can you imagine? Like, no, that's all mad. But again, I think it's the relationship you have with that person. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I've never had a one night stand, so I've never had the awkward get up and go. And then the people that I have been with, I know them, so we just chill and stay over. We get up in the morning, and then everything's cool. Do you know what I mean? So I say stay the night. It should be 12 hours at least.
So my question on that, then, I'm not gonna ask a perverse question, but you said that you know the person. So let's say his name's Andrew, right? Andrew from I don't know where from. So suppose you and Andrew do it in the morning. Are you still staying the night?
Well, yeah, like, well, if we're at mine, ask him if he wants a cup of tea. Like, we just chill, like normal. Like, I'll have a fag. Do you want a fag, cup of tea? Do you know what I mean? Like, whenever he then decides to book his cab, Uber, Bolt, his mum to pick him up, he drives home. Do you know what I mean? Then just decide to do that. If I've got to go somewhere, then I'm going to tell you, well, I'm going to have a shower and then I'm going to work, or I'm going to do this or that. If you're staying, cool, sweet, close the door like when you leave. If not, then you're going to go when I go. Is that not how it works? Am I doing it wrong?
I don't know. A few people are laughing in the comments. DJ Empress says, straight away, if it was dead, and go straight to Casper's and get an apple pie and custard to cheer me up. Orange Light Chakra says, that is cold. Bambizi says, ain't no staying the night at all. Sorry, ain't no staying the night at the time. Ain't no staying the night all the time. Okay, fair enough. Loudmouth Dom. I'm coming to you next. For those of you just joining in, right? The topic or the question is, how soon after sex is it okay to get up and leave? Loudmouth Dom.
Do you know what? It's going to tell you straight. If it was shit, you could put your pants on outside the door. Mate, You better hide your face in shame because I'll never look at you the same again. Standard procedures. You know what I mean? Like, I'm counting to three. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, so they don't even get like a second round to try and redeem themselves? You're just like, get out.
In bed, don't even make eye contact by the time I get to three. Do you see what I'm saying? Just keep running.
But what if they thought you was shit, but they just liked you as a person and just wanted to chill?
I don't give a fuck. That's their problem. At the end of the day, nobody told them to lie to me. I'm a bit more thicker skinned than that. Like, if I'm shit, tell me I'm shit. That's good. Then I can improve. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe we just haven't got a connection and I don't give a shit because I wasn't really feeling you, so I didn't really want to put no effort in. Do you see what I'm saying? I might be thinking, okay, how long till he comes? Do you know what I mean? So it don't really make a difference. But even like when you're in a couple for years or whatever, sometimes you just think, oh, look at your husband. You think, oh, you know, I'm knackered, but I just want him to have a quick bang for him to put me to sleep and then for him to come out of the bed so I can just sprawl out and starfish. Do you see what I'm saying? So we don't even have to necessarily be, oh, one night stand. You know, like it could be anytime, anybody. It could be a friend or a guy you just started dating and you think, oh, do you know what? I think I'll sleep with him now. You sleep with him and you just think, actually, there's definitely no connection. Do you see what I'm saying? So you might just want to dip off politely, quite quickly, you know, go home, have a shower, chill out and think of your next plan.
I just say only Dom could come up with that answer. Only loudmouth Dom. For those of you who are new to this, right, only loudmouth Dom can get away with saying such things. Well, Dom, I do have one question though, right? So you said if he's bad, he has to get up and go, right? So what about if it was good, really enjoyed it, like really, you know, real connection, but he gets up and leaves straight away?
I'll be devastated because I know I'll be wanting round 2 in the morning. So I'll be like, yo, I will go and knock his door and be like, we can switch it up and take it to your house this time, my brother.
Dom, you do make me laugh. Oh, my head. Brina says, the fact that this is a question is a madness to me because of what Milan just said. Carball says, well, it depends. If it's just a dip and do it, in the words of Wendy Williams, then it's a hookup. Brenna says, that's crazy. Orange Light Chaco is laughing. Everyone's just laughing. Brenna said, no judgment, but that's not for me. Bambeezy says, dead that. Big Risk says, after debriefing. After debriefing? Like, what? After debriefing. Carball says, I can't breathe with this topic. Now, again, Carl, I'm going to say it again. I did not choose this. It wasn't Chidi either. It wasn't Ashley. It wasn't Milan, and it wasn't Cher. I ain't say who it was. I'm saying it was none of those people, okay? Brianna says, yeah, for me. Big Risk says, round it up to the closest hour. Oh, mate. Who have I not come to? Miss Chidi Bang Bang. What's your views?
You could leave me out of this shit. Nah, I don't know. Destiny Child said, when it's all over, please get up and leave. So, boy, I don't know. It just depends, obviously, on the situation. You get me? Because sometimes you just might have to bang and bounce. I don't know. Not on the disrespect thing. Like, it's not always about disrespect. This is what I mean. People are sensitive as fuck. Like, it's not always a disrespect thing. It could be, listen, I was feeling that type of way at that moment, and I'm calling you, just on the you get me? I'm gonna do my thing. It's like, sorry, babe, I gotta go. You know, I got shit to do.
You
like,
might have work in 2 hours.
It's like, you get me? Like, you respect my hustle. I gotta go do my. Do you know what I mean? But it's not on a disrespect thing. I think when it's on a disrespect thing, it's if two people, you know, have sex and it's like the guy's like, yeah, when you go in there, no, it's time for you to leave, or they're showing signs that they want you to leave, or the woman's doing it. Do you get me? It is that is disrespectful, but it's not. It's about time, and sometimes you ain't got that time to chill. If you have, then it's all beautiful and amazing and rosy, and you can talk and get to what. But sometimes people got shit to do. You get me? It might have to be a little bang and bounce thing, not every time, but just you get me? Now and again. Sorry, babes. Gotta go.
Cheers. Did you say bang and bounce?
Listen, I need that phrase, yeah, from a bunch of 17-year-olds. Bunch of 17-year-old girls, which they were like, fuck that, I'm banging and bounce. And I was like, oh shit, is that a thing? And they were like, yeah, bang and bounce.
Man, I feel old.
I don't condone that. I don't support it, okay? Just, before you judge me. I don't support that shit. I just thought that shit was funny.
Man, I'll read somebody's messages. Before I do, I'm going to remind everyone on the live, right? Don't forget, next week, we're going to mix up a little bit. We're going to have a quiz. So next week, we're going to have a quiz. If you're going to join us next week, we'll have a quiz. Just let us know during the week. You need 2 devices, okay? So it can be a phone, a tablet, phone, a laptop, 2 phones, whatever it may be. But next week, we're going to have a quiz. Yeah, 45 questions, I think. But yeah. So, Carball says, Dom can tell you she's got 50 kids, okay? Brianna says, okay, if it was bad, no long thing, I'll turn cold. Oh, wow. You lot, man. DJ Empress says 2 rounds. What hell no. Carball says, Dom, you're the best. Brina says, adding to the body count unnecessarily. Oh, mate, that's a good point, That's a good, adding to the body count unnecessarily. Wow. DJ Empress says, it's not worth the sweat for 2 rounds. Oh, Jesus. Orange Like Chakra says, she ain't scared to tell the truth. Bless you, sis. I'm not sure if that was Dom or Chitty, but one said bang and bounce, and that one said, you got 3 seconds to leave. So I don't know there. Mr. True Talk, what's your views on this one? How soon after is it okay to get up and go?
20 minutes.
Oh, he said that was his answer. 20 minutes and you. 20 minutes and done.
Nigga, that's my answer, nigga. The answer is 20 minutes, nigga. 20 minutes. You got 19 left.
So we're all looking at you like, oh, okay, he's going to explain 20 minutes and make a joke. No, 20 minutes. That was it. I'm done.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I got for you. You understand me? 20
Not
minutes.
21.
Huh?
Not 21, no. Just 20.
Not this time. 20 minutes. You got 19 left.
It reminds me of you. Have you seen the film Bridesmaids? Have you seen the film Bridesmaids? At the beginning, that she's sleeping with the guy, and he's like looking at her like, "Yeah, it's time to go." That's right there.
Listen, I ain't even fucking with you. No, obviously, it's not usually. I'm not someone who's ever really in them scenarios where I don't want to be next to the person that I slept with. You know what I'm trying to say? But if I am in that situation, 20 minutes, because 20 minutes is a nice time to be like, you start doing the get up thing, start doing the put on the tracksuit button thing, you get me? Go hit the shower thing, come back, sit down. It's been about 20 minutes. You get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I think in that scenario, 20 minutes. If you're sleeping with someone you don't want to be with after, it's long, because after you had it up, it sounds very chauvinistic, but we're talking in like metaphorically speaking, innit? Yeah. If you're sleeping with someone you don't really want to be around after you slept with them, 20 minutes is more than enough to try to sit next to them after you've busted up. Like, sit there, like, for 30 minutes is too long. You're gonna start being rude and shit. Like, we're all like, I just start texting your little cousin or your brother, like, bruv, call me, say that man needs to cut, rare tear. You get me? Like, that's what start happening.
I got 2 questions.
Yeah, I ain't saying that I'm doing this shit, but you get me? That's what it will be like, man. So 20 minutes. If we're gonna put a number on it, you get me?
Wait, I got 2 questions. One, why are you sleeping with someone that you don't want to sleep with? Period.
But this is why I said metaphorically. So I beg you change the tone.
Metaphorically speaking. Period. 2, what if the girl, like, if you was at home and the girl was at yours? Are you in after 20 minutes? Are you telling her?
I was at home. It doesn't matter. If I'm there, if I'm at hers, I'm leaving after 20 minutes. If I don't want to be there, obviously. And if she's at mine, then I'm not really that kind of guy. I wouldn't really invite a girl I don't like to my house. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if she's at mine, she can stay all night. You get it?
Nice and simple. As you say, in 20 minutes. Before I go over to Miss Cher, DJ Empress says, love Dom. Carball says, Dom, that's harassment. Bambeezy says, if you're feeling each other like that, calm. If it's just a link up, then she best find her bed. Oh, wow. DJ Empress says, Sticky, what's your thoughts on this question? I'm going to move on swiftly. Brina says, if the setup is clear that one of you has somewhere to be that's different. Wow. Bambeezy says, some girl make it orcs. Oh, damn. Don't take hints. Oh, mate, Bambeezy, what sort of hints you giving? Like, are you like looking at your watch, looking at your phone, stretching, yawning? Brina says, the new generation.
What's your postcode again?
Brina says, the new generation is savage. Again, 80s baby. DJ Empress says, yes, Chid. Orange Like Chakra says, this space is so nice. Right, so Miss Cher, I'm going to read some more messages in a moment, but I've got to go over to my babes, Cher. For those of you that don't know, Cher's my babes. Hence why I purposely left Cher last on this one, so I know what the protocol is, isn't it? Like how soon afterwards one of us has to leave. So
Cher's not last, because our viewers asked for your opinion. So after Cher, it's you, just letting you know.
No, well, and you notice I moved on swiftly, innit? DJ Empress answered, I moved on swiftly from that one. So Cher, our favourite girl from the Small Islands, what's your views on this one? How soon after? It's just on my leave.
First of all, I'm not your babe. Second of all, boy. Okay, so I think it should be like, personally for me, it should be like a frequent thing, but obviously if the connection's not there, then boy, I don't know if it should be a thing where you bounce, but you can just be straight up in it and be like, this is not working out for me. So yeah, this is not happening again.
All right,
but that's
so
not what I would do personally, but obviously it happens, isn't it? So
all right, so I'm going to throw it around and I'm going to throw it back to you then, yeah? I'm going to throw it back to you. So say you meet this guy, obviously not myself, obviously, again, we'll talk about us later. You meet this guy, connections well, you've been seeing one another for a little while. And then after you two, do what you're doing, he like gets out, as I said, tracksuit bottoms on and he's up and he's ready to leave. Like, how would you feel?
That wouldn't happen, but...
Oh, wow.
It don't happen in our family.
No, that wouldn't happen. But...
Oh, I want to see what I want to see.
No man can't get up and put on tracks with her here, Yeah, man.
Don't happen in our family.
How would I feel? I mean, it depends on the situation, really. If it's someone I'm in a relationship with, that would be weird. But if it was like somebody like casual, then I'd be like, I don't know, really. I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal, but maybe it's because it hasn't happened to me. So, yeah. I think you have to be in that situation to know, innit?
Yeah.
Noted. It's noted. Don't worry. Noted. I've taken a mental note of this one. Becky Louise Thompson says they got to help with the cleanup first. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
100%. You said for the what's
talking about.
You better clean that shit up.
Clean that shit up. Now
Carball says too much, mate. Brina's laughing, Bambeezy's laughing. DJ Empress says, Sticky, you don't know how to take hints either. I mean, I don't have to take hints. I take all the hints. Don't worry about that. Carball's laughing. Brina says, love it. And before I forget again, don't forget next week we'll be having our quiz, right? 45 questions. You just need 2 devices, okay? 2 devices, 45 questions. Winner takes all. Not sure what we're giving away, if anything at all, but winner takes all.
Winner takes Sticky.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Basically, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Dom.
This giveaway, you lot along, yeah. So what I'm going to do next week is whoever wins, if anyone joins us, not you lot, because you lot can't participate, but anybody who's like cares and wants to join us on the quiz, then whoever wins I will give the giveaway to you.
Oh, wait, hold on. But Chiz, didn't Empress win that
what
one?
happens when I win?
Empress won that one, remember? Empress won.
Sticky, I haven't announced that yet.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry. Oh,
Oh
let me shut
my
up.
days.
Oh
Oh
shit!
my days. Sticky, you just fucked up.
Well, you did now.
It's
Oh,
alright.
well done!
Honestly.
DJ Empress, sis, I'm gonna message you because basically I chose you to win the giveaway. Because Sticky, you look like I'm gonna phone you up.
Sticky, man.
Well done, DJ Empress.
Big up DJ Empress. You know what? DJ Empress, she's a real one, yeah. Like she supports us. She's always on. She's always in the comments. She shows love. She bads up Sticky same way as everyone else. I got mad love.
Not everyone else. I don't bad up Sticky. That's my brother.
No, can I just say, we are now putting out a vacancy for a host. So next week, after the quiz,
Never
no,
that.
we got a new host.
I man don't
know
ever
what
try
we
to
think.
replace my brother
He's
Sticky.
letting out all of the
No one's gonna replace
secrets.
Sticky. Listen, Sticky's irreplaceable. Sticky, I will tell you now, you're irreplaceable, Sticky. Even though I bad you up, even though I run you
Oh, leave my Sticky alone, little stinky.
and anybody who wants to join us,
The hunting my title, loud mouth, stinky fingers.
Oh, piss off. Carball says the winner gets 20 minutes with Ash. Oh. I'll read it again. The winner gets 20 minutes with Ash.
No, that's not enough. It's not enough. First of all, you can't win me. I ain't a prize. I'm a gift. I'm a gift.
Also, K-Face says sack the DJ. Can you believe it? K-Face says sack the DJ.
Bro. Come on, can you show Sticky some love, please? Can we get I love Sticky in the comments, please? We love Sticky in the comments, please. This treating my brother rough.
Sticky, clap your hands.
So I'm saying. DJ Empress says thank you as well, by the way, Chids. And Brina says congratulations to DJ Empress.
I want Brina to come on. I wanted to do the quiz.
No, Brina's coming on. Brina said she's coming on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Brina's coming on. I messaged DJ Empress yesterday, I think. She didn't reply back to me. She ignored me.
She blocked you.
Exactly. So Empress, I'm telling you from now, next week, you got to jump on. Carl Ball, jump on. Everyone that's on the live, jump on. Next, we're going to have a quiz. 45 questions. It's really straightforward.
And winner takes it all.
Winner takes all.
Yeah, Sticky, I can't believe you just did that. That's terrible. I wanted to do like a whole dramatic announcement and a post and everything. What's wrong with you, man?
I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry.
I am sorry. There was a genuine mistake. I do apologize.
Yeah, you look sorry.
Terrible. Just terrible, Stick. Just so bad.
Bad staff, innit? Can't get the staff. I tell you.
Can't get the staff. Do your job, man.
I mean, we won't
are we going to have your view of when to leave after?
Yeah, how long? How long?
How long, Stick?
Boy, I don't know, you know. I mean, like, if it's me and Cher, for example, Cher and myself, then, I mean, all night long, all night.
Definitely not.
What if it's a
random one with myself and Cher? It's still all night long.
Casual one, Sticks, that you didn't really...
You're
just different.
Don't include me in this. Include your wife in this.
Yeah, where's your wife, Stick?
Because if it's me and Dom, show me your ring finger.
Where's your wife, Sticks?
Which one? See, it's right there, the top left-hand corner.
The real wife. Real wife
one?
in a real life.
Real wife in
real life.
Just like my real life cousin, yeah, in the real life. DJ Empress says I'm coming on, by the way. She's coming on to the quiz, which is good. I think that's FI Clothing UK says general knowledge quiz. Yes, it will be a general knowledge quiz. So I think the last one we had was about 65 questions, just random stuff, just random. This one's got quite a lot of music questions in it, so I might change some of them. But yes, it's general knowledge quiz, all pretty standard stuff. I mean, and just so you know, I'll tell you, if I remember correctly, Mr. Truuu Talk himself actually won last time.
Yeah. You're right.
If my memory serves me correctly. I can't remember who came second. I think.
What do you mean? It was a close second. Are you stupid? It was a close second.
You know what? Hold on. Milan's right. It was a close second, yeah?
I was feeling there was cheating going on, though.
Exactly.
Milan, there was that three Milans. There was that three Milans.
No, I wasn't cheating. I had to go to somewhere to get my second device. And the people
three Milans and Google.
I'm going to use that one next time.
Google, how quick was the timer? By the time I would have typed it, the timer would have been done. I'm just very smart. I don't look it, but I'm very smart. I'm very well.
I know you're smart. I know you're very smart. Love. Never question that.
No, I'm very well educated. Don't ask me how to spell it, but I'm saying.
Yes, Milan is right. Milan came second, but there was a lot of people in the room with Milan. And again, remember, it's one person, you know.
Fucking in the room with her. Do you get me?
Carball said he'll be there as well. DJ Empress says, love you, Sticky. I love you back. That's good. She said, Cher should file a grievance. Fly clothing. Sorry, it's Fly clothing. Sorry, forgive me. Fly clothing. Right, Fly clothing UK is going to be there again next week as well. Remember, you need 2 devices, all right? I'm going to say it again for about the 100th time.
Get a hat or something.
Fly clothing, I want some clothes.
In fact, do you know what? On a serious note, Fly clothing, if you got any merch, you can say that the winner wins some merchandise.
It's like, hold on, first of all, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I know, but Fly Clothing, though, guys, check out Fly Clothing. Though. I'm gonna go check it out.
We will give them a shout out.
Just to wear on, you know what I'm saying?
We'll give them a shout out on the story. Fly Clothing.
Also, Kay Faye says she'll be there as well for the quiz. Yes, we need to make sure. And Brina says, if it's music, I'll lose. Oh, man, come on. You can't lose already. We haven't even started. You're telling me you're losing. No, I don't hear that talk. Tell me you're going to win.
There's no
it's easy questions.
There's no losers on this thing.
We are 5 questions. Easy.
We all win.
Easy questions. I mean, I wrote all the questions myself. All easy questions.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy.
It was easy.
They were
easy questions.
You give it some next topic.
That kind of abuse is not going to be tolerated.
Actually, to be fair, Shay, this one's easier than last one. This one's actually easier than the last one. Because I couldn't think of the questions. I was thinking, what can I think of?
Ross, who said that about the last one you like.
But it's not my fault. What was the question? The question was like, how much is a baker's dozen?
Yeah, and then it just went.
You had some like in 1953. What happened?
It's not my fault if you guys don't watch the Marvel universe and Avengers and the Infinity Stones and stuff like that. It's not my fault. It's your fault.
You don't make your knowledge. Well, anyway, I'm phoning you.
Anyway, guys, before the live cuts out, and wait, hold on, we got to say goodbye before the live cuts out. We got like 1 minute left, guys. Remember, next week, if you haven't already, like, share, subscribe, and we're back next week Wednesday from 10 with the quiz, and we'll message you all during the week. All right. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Y'all, mate.
Bye.